Welcome to another ASC CPC training video. This video is part 5 in the CPC Run Operations tutorial series. In this tutorial, we'll cover manual operations and running recipe editing. Continuing from where we left off in part 4 of this tutorial series, start by moving back to the Run Operations screen located on the main page of the CPC software. With a run in process, let's look at some of the other options within CPC that can be taken while the equipment is running. On the right side of the Run Operations screen, you'll see the run information. This provides the current status of the cure cycle. Here you will find buttons that allow you to modify the cure cycle segment. The first button is Manual Hold. By selecting the Manual Hold, your cure is placed into stasis or hold. All set points will hold their current position until the hold is lifted. The next segment and previous segment buttons allow you to quickly move the cure cycle forward or backwards one step. The End Run button stops all function. This button is effectively a software e-stop. Everything is shut off and no further action is taken. Now let's look at modifying a running recipe. From the main page, access the Running Recipe screen by clicking the Recipe Screen button. The recipe that is currently running is shown here under the equipment. Start by highlighting this recipe to ensure we are modifying the correct recipe. The run status is indicated in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. This tells you where you currently are in the cure cycle. It is important to note that you only modify recipe segments that have not been started or completed. In this instance, since you are in segment 1, only segments 2 and beyond are able to be modified. To modify a recipe, simply change the variables as you normally would when writing a recipe. As you notice here, a pop-up window appears asking for confirmation because this recipe is audit tracked. If the recipe is not configured for audit tracking, you will not receive this confirmation window. Click Yes to move forward. Now if you click on Audit Tracking for this recipe, you will see that this action has been logged to this recipe in the Audit Tracker. Now close this out by clicking the red X on the top right of the pop-up window. Then exit the recipe screen by selecting the Back button located in the lower right-hand corner of the recipe screen. You will be asked if you want to commit to the changes we made. Answer yes, and CPC will now act on the modification. Now navigate to the Manual Operations screen by clicking the Manual Operations button on the left side. Once in the Manual Operations screen, you'll notice that the screen is broken into several sections. First is the Temperature Control section. This section controls the manual heating and cooling of the equipment. The buttons on the left are enables. Each one of these buttons is an enable button for that system. From here you can turn on or off the fan, heating, or cooling. When the enable is off, the light to the right will indicate the status of the system. As you can see, the light goes out when the fan is turned off. Each button has an Auto Manual checkbox. When a run is started, this switch is set to Auto by default. If you wish to change the set point values, you need to click the Manual checkbox before you can change one of the enables. The enables will not change state without the Auto Manual checkbox being switched to Manual first. This is a typical manual set point control point. This allows you to adjust the set point for the temperature manually. Just like the enables, you have an Auto Manual checkbox that functions in the same way. Once you're in Manual, you can use the buttons here to increase or decrease the set point at set increments. Alternatively, you can highlight the text and enter a new set point. Finally, the bar graph shows a graphical representation of where the equipment is trying to drive the temperature in regards to heating and cooling. This is the pressure control section. The pressure controls work in the same manner as the temperature controls. All the controls are similar with the addition of indicator lights for the door closed and door locked indicators. The door closed light indicates the door is in the closed position. The door locked light indicates the door is locked and the bar lock has been engaged. In other words, the door is safe for pressurization. Next is the vacuum control section. Here we have similar controls and enables in this section. These carry the same functionality as previously described. One new point in this section is the addition of a second setpoint controller. This is used in an instance where we have two separate headers on the vacuum system. Each header has independent vacuum level control. In this next section, you will see the process values displayed in real time. These are available for quick reference. In this next section, you will see alarm indicators for quick reference. If an alarm is indicated here, the Alarms button in the upper right-hand corner will also flash red. If the Alarms button flashes red, clicking it will take you directly to the alarm screen. You can use the back button located in the lower right-hand corner of the CPC screen to return to the manual operation screen. This final area is the oxygen analysis and purge section. In this area, you can enable or disable the purge manually with the checkbox. You can also manually start the purge cycle by selecting the Start Purge Cycle button. The oxygen levels and purge time are indicated at the bottom of this section. This is the final video in the Run Operation series. Thank you for watching.